Hi there and welcome to part 3 of the full site build with FEWD Studio. So I said in part 1 that I was going to show you how to set up GitHub, and so then you'll be able to use the push to Git button. Now the push to Git button just literally means that you can press the button, add a note, and it flies up to your GitHub repository. It just saves bags of time. You don't have to open up the terminal in FEWD or anywhere else and type out all of the stuff. It's a really simple way to back up your project. But first of all, you need to actually connect GitHub if you've not done that before. So I have some documentation on how you can do that at fewdstudio.com. So if you pop along here, and I started the process and I was like, oh, hang on, I was meant to video this. So first of all, you need to just create a repository. All right, so go along to GitHub, sign up, it's free. And then go along to the plus icon, new repository, and give it a name. And then you need to set it to private and do not tick the add readme. Okay, and then click repository. Once you've done that, you're going to find yourself on this screen. Now, this is the URL that we're going to need in a minute in step 2. But first of all, we just need to pop along to the terminal. Now, if you're in a FEWD, you can open the terminal here and click expand if you so wish. And what we need to do is simply walk through these steps here. Okay, so FEWD Studio, you should be anyway, is because you've set the project directory, you're in the project, so you don't need to CD to it, but you can check, double check that obviously. And then we need to type these in. These are separate commands and they should be separate. All right, so we'll separate those out. First of all, it's git init. So initialize. Okay, so git init. All right, then we need to get this bit, which is git remote add origin and the URL. So git remote add origin, remember that bit, git remote add origin and then the URL. So we're going to grab that. Okay, all looking good. Hit. And the last bit, git branch and then big M and main, okay? So git branch and main. Okay, so we've done that. Now, we've done step 2 already, and now we have to do the first push, okay? So this is usually what you would type in each time you want to push to Git. You'd have to open up a terminal, you type git add and the dot. Then you type this bit, and then you would type git push in the next command. Okay, so we are just going to take care of that now, and then we'll never have to do it again. So git add dot, okay, git commit, and give it a label. All right, so our first push. Okay, and press enter. Okay, that's looking cool. And then the last bit, we actually have an added bit that we need to put on. Okay, so it's this bit. So we do git push. That's usually what you would type, and you'd stop there. But for the first time, we need to put the small U flag and origin main. Okay, so git push U origin main, and click. Goody good. Okay. Right, all created. Now that's actually done, we can close that down, and you know what, for those purposes we never have to use the terminal again. All right, it might take a while, so I don't know if this is going to be demo yoga. All right, you can see that the files are already pushed up there. I mean, how fantastic is that? It's great, and we've got the notes here. Okay, now all we have to do is we make changes on our file, on our thing. So, we add a section that we're particularly proud of, like we add a section and yeah, we're like, this is amazing. And we head it up and everything. So like, this is amazing. Cool. All right, now that's all saved. And then we're like, okay, so we need to save that. So we hit the Git button up there, our first push to git save. Okay, and then we hit push, and boom, it's done. We don't have to open up the terminal. We don't have to type, enter, type, enter, type. All done. Let's go back to GitHub, and we're going to refresh. Being a bit keen here, but you can see, yes, look at that. It's already updated. Okay, so that's pretty fantastic. Lovely. All right, happy with that. That's how to do that. And obviously GitHub is a really, it's a great location for you to make sure that everything is safe, and yeah, obviously always double check that it's gone up there, but it saves you a lot of time in the terminal. Right, okay, I've done the part 2 video today, and then I thought I'd just quickly do the part 3 so that you have that information there. Love to know your comments so far, your thoughts, how you're feeling about FEWD Studio. And yeah, part 4 we'll crack on more with the actual build. Hope you all have a good day. Don't forget that if you're interested in FEWD Studio, now is the time to get along to FEWD Studio, and there should still, yeah, there's still, I think I might take it off soon because it's a bit of an older version, but at least get on the list to get the price lock. But currently, if you pop along here, you'll be able to add your email in. So my funky email, and you'll be able to get one of the earlier versions, either on Mac or Windows. Would really appreciate your feedback, especially on Windows. I don't have anyone really, I can't test Windows. But yeah, you can get the version and just fire it up. It's an earlier version. There are a few hacks. Maybe don't work on an Astro project with it at this point, but you can certainly rock up and play with some HTML, CSS, and JavaScript and be playing with all of this stuff. So I would love your feedback on that. Take it as it is. That's free. And yeah, hope to speak to you soon about it. All right, catch you later. Bye-bye.